Hi, Kat Chancellor here with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm still playing around with the hot foil system because I have to show you a very neat shortcut that will save you products while giving you these wonderful layers for your cards. And you can see I have two sizes here that I have used my hot foil to create using the Flourish and Frames hot foil dies. I've also used the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. There's some wonderful flowers in here, and I'm using a sentiment from the bundle You Brighten My Day from the stamp set. So, and of course, I'm using my lovely classic Greetings hot foil dies as part of it. So what I wanted to show you is if we take our hot foil platform and we pull out now these are the framelets here. I'm going to pull these and just put these aside. And then over here I have, these are the dies, that the hot foil dies. So you can see I already have this one here that I'm going to put right here. And as you recall, I did kind of mark my little numbers here so I could be able to line these up. And I'm just going to put this one here and this one here. And then I'm using these little corner pieces, these itty bitty little corner pieces. I just think they're really cute. And I'm just going to line that up there. And I can use my take a pick tool to kind of help me push them in place. Like that. That, and then we'll just slide this in place right there. Okay, so now I have these two frames. They are in place, and what I'm going to do is I will put my hot foil on this, and I'm going to come up with this, and this is about 4.5 by 6. And that is going to give me that beautiful piece. But what I'm going to then do is when I do it this way, I'm going to turn my foil paper around, and it's going to then be able to fit around the small one, and then the small one will be inside the large one. And you can get 2 of these done with just 1 sheet of hot foil, because you're just, right? You're just doing it this way, and then you're going to flip it around and do it the other way. So that's my big tip for how you can save foil using the hot foil system. And then you can always do something with a smaller piece in there. So just ways that you can conserve. So having done that, I have a couple of these. I already cut up this one here that I made these 2 cards from. And I had 2 gold and 2 silver. So I made these 2 cards as an example, and I actually had an extra one that I made this card, and I just used, if you remember, for the butterflies, I was using those neat little backgrounds, embossed backgrounds, floral embossed backgrounds, where you can see where I put some pearls in there for this card and just added a little bit of shimmer and came up with this card front. So putting these together to embellish them, I then went and I cut flowers from the Springtime Scenes dies, which are these wonderful dies here, and came up with some beautiful some greenery. It has these itty bitty little pieces in here, and I layered those to come up with these wonderful flowers, and I've got different leaves and more, I mean, just really pretty so that I can embellish my card with them. And the vellum that I'm using was a product of the month. You may recall this. That was the Berry Botanical vellum. So I'm using layers of that over, just basically over a piece of basic white cardstock, and then I am embellishing it with those flowers. And I'm using, strawberry slush and light pink, all the colors that are here: bubble bath, fresh freesia, hydrangea hue, misty moonlight, peaceful pine, soft sea foam, and strawberry slush. So those are just the colors. So that's the project. We'll get started. Okay, for this set of Flourish and frames, I changed up the arrangement, and I'll show you how I did it. But I've got my hot foil here, and when it turns solid red, the timing button is going to blink, and that's when I'm going to, there it is, now I'm going to press it, and it will turn yellow. When it turns green is when it is ready to put the foil on it and run it through our hot foil machine. Okay, now that it's turned green, I'm going to put my foil shiny side down over my plate. I'm then going to put my cardstock, and I am going to cover it with the green and then the clear plate and run it through my emboss machine. And there are our foiled frames. Now I'm just going to speed this up, and I'm going to use the framelit dies to go ahead and cut out our frames. So I have 1, 2, 3, and there might be a little bit there, but I can show what we can do to kind of break that up. This one, these fit, right? I got these here. I got these to fit inside, and the way I did that was I took my die and I laid it on my platform, and then I just kind of fit these so they fit inside that shape, okay? And then I took this off, and that is how I went ahead and I ran it through so that I could cut it and come up with that one. And then this was just really easy. You can see how really pretty that came out right there. Now, because of this size, I wasn't able to flip the foil over the way I had in the other ones. That's just something to consider if you're going to make this arrangement. This was the arrangement that I could just flip it around and it fit perfectly one inside the other, and I could do two, come up with 4 pieces out of just one piece of foil. So that was my shortcut there. So now I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my base cards, and I'm going to make that one that one. And I'm bringing in a piece of my vellum, which I'm going to layer on top of my piece. I'm going to have this there, and I'm going to have this one here. Now you see where that foil didn't show up? Well, that is where I'm going to bring in my flowers. So the first thing I'm going to do here is we're going to see what we can put right there. And you could even put celebrate, but I like this one goes better right there. And then for this one, we're going to take the stamp You Brighten My Day, and I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel. Right there. And I can use, see, and this is where these come in, where if you have, and if you look kind of closely, when you have a little bit of your foil didn't quite make it, this is where you can kind of bring in something like that just to kind of cover that up a little bit. So you can take maximum advantage of your foil pieces, because not everything is going to turn out perfect. I mean, we would like to think that everything will turn out perfect, but no, not everything will turn out perfect. So I'm just going to grab some tear tape. Okay, so this one we're just going to do Thinking of You right here. We can also do it this way. And I think I like that one better. We're going to do that one. We're going to do that one that way. So let me go ahead and just pop these up. Okay, so we're going to put this one right here like this. And we're going to put this there. Here's Thinking of You. And this one over here is going to be You Brighten My Day. Okay, so now I'm going to I'm going to have these two glue pieces here. So let me grab some glue, and I like to kind of layer these just a bit. So just a tad bit of glue there to layer these. They're going to go right there. I take these two here. I'm going to put those right there. And put these two right like that. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? Then we're going to take this one, put that one right there. I'm just going to take this and cut. We're just going to put those right there. I'm going to take this, I'm just going to roll that a little bit. These are the little ones. This is probably too much, but you know, I don't care. I'm kind of having fun with it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my pearls. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? So there you go. Some more hot foiling embellishments using the new hot foil system. And I was predominantly featuring the Flourish and Frames hot foil dies along with the springtime scenes dies. They were what I used to cut out all the little flowers. The sentiment, "You Brighten My Day" from Springtime Scenes. I used the classic hot foil dies and just created these wonderful, wonderful placards. I hope this video inspires you. Please don't forget to hit like, share, and leave a comment. This is Kat Chancellor from Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. Happy stamping.